Hey team, I want to continue having a conversation about the secrets of successful leaders. So the next item on that list that I'd like to talk about is develop a clear sense of direction. You know, my mentor, Rich Thawley, specifically talks about fighting the war on focus, right? And you've got to know exactly what you're going for. You got to know exactly, you have to have a clearly defined end game, right? This is what I want. This is what we're going for. And when you have that clearly defined path, then it keeps you from getting, knocked off your course and going astray. You got to know what you stand for. You got to know what you're going for. You got to know what you want and where you're going to end up. And the second point is to never consider even the possibility of failure. I remember one of my trainers would have on their coffee cup, failure is not an option. And this has to be so deeply embedded in you that it's not even a thought. Now maybe you got to work on that. Maybe there's some things you got to clear in the mechanism there, but you've got to, it's called selling out. And I don't mean the bad selling out, not that you're a sellout, right? But just going all in. That the reason why failure is not an option, because there is no other way to go. Like Magellan having burned the ships, there is no option. Failure is not an option. It's do or die, right? That's what's going to happen. That's what we're going to do. That's another critical secret to success. And success is always a state of an emergency. That's another point to be made, right? It's 24/7. It's not 9 to 5. You can't build an empire 9 to 5. You can make a living 9 to 5, but you can't create a life 9 to 5. And so it is a constant state of emergency. It is, what do I need to do next? Am I doing the most effective, efficient thing with my time right now? And you cannot put off for tomorrow what can be done today. You can't schedule something next week if you could have done it. Rescheduling, right? It's one of the worst things that you could possibly do. Avoid rescheduling like the plague. Try and get it done now. Because whatever you end up rescheduling today's appointment to take up that time block literally prevented that time block from being utilized in something else, right? So it's a state of emergency. Constantly be going, constantly going, constantly be going, right? Working hard and working so hard that that the lazy people think you're nuts, right? If you're not working so hard that lazy people don't think you're nuts, then you're not working hard enough. Not to build an empire, not to really know what it means to have massive success. And the next point is to get around the right people. Napoleon Hill calls it a mastermind alliance. If you are the most successful person in your circle of friends, you literally need a new circle of friends. I'm not saying you ditch your friends, right? That's not what we're saying. But you've got to create new associations that make you stretch your mind, make you stretch your vision, make you stretch further than where you are. People think that they have in their mind, small thinkers think that your friends should be a bunch of people that are lifting you up and telling you how awesome you are. But you know what? Your real friends are the ones that say, you got more in you. You aren't doing as much as you could do. You need to step it up. You need to get to the top of your game, right? Those are the kinds of associations you want. Those are the people you want to hang out with. And then be teachable. One of the worst things someone comes to the table is when their cup is already full. They think they know it all. Oh, now they know they're not supposed to say they know it all, so it won't be a part of their verbiage, but you can tell they don't take notes. They don't pay attention. They already think they know exactly how it's supposed to be done. And then be prepared to climb from peak to peak. Now, a lot of people don't realize that, here's a peak, here's a peak. We're not talking about climbing from this peak to that peak. What we're talking about is the way business really works is after a peak comes a valley. And then you have to claw your way back up to the top. Are you willing and ready to claw your way back up from the valleys? That's what it means, climbing peak to peak. So that's just the latest sequence of the secrets of successful leaders that I wanted to get a chance to get in front of you. And hopefully this week it has an impact. Maybe there's some talking points, and it's something that can help you in both business and in life. I'll see you at the top. The bottom's way too crowded. Have a great day.